People say, oh, you must be very proud of your son. And you always dismiss that word proud. But of the recent achievements, as they say, for the astronauts concerned, 9 months being in space was a great achievement. What do you think Elon should be most proud of? And how does it compare to your own experiences and engineering challenges?
Well, I think the thing he should be most proud of is that without, you know, he was very taken in by the leftist propaganda, or what we call it, and fake media and everything for many years. And he didn't see through it. He thought I was wrong. And he's returned to the values that I taught him as a child, as a young boy living with me. And he has to be given credit for that. I'm very proud of the fact that he turned around and said, I made mistakes in the past, and now I see what's what. I'm proud of that. That's something to be proud of. As far as them achieving things, all of them, I mean, a lot of them, I have others that are even more deeply involved in effort and struggling, my other children, I mean. And my thoughts go to them right now more than Elon, really. I know he's a person is very grateful as a parent. I mean, as a parent, you start off as a parent. You're a parent. I mean, you start as a parent. I mean, are these, sort of numbskulls of mine going to be able to do a job that they don't get fired from? Because, I mean, at home, you try to tell them, look, you do things wrong at home, and I sort of, moan and groan or crap you out or whatever the term is. But at work, they just say, don't come in till you're fired. Don't come in tomorrow. That's different. That's much worse. And so you always worry about that with your children. And I do anyway. I mean, I look just at my own parents, I was being lauded and everything as a young engineer. And my parents were always saying, when I told them I'm having this and that meeting with this and that big shot that was only in the newspapers or something, my parents would say, do you think, don't you think you should do this? Don't you think you should sort of say sorry? Don't you think you should sort of apologize more, for existing, That was our approach. My parents' approach, don't hurt anybody, don't upset anybody, because you know how people can be, this kind of thing. So, I mean, that's a parent. That's a parent. I mean, if you're not like that, then you're not a parent.
Yeah, I think
and then, of course, Betty Davis is very
another
famous. I just want to say, I just want to say, Betty Davis is famous for saying, if your children never hated you at some point, then you were never a parent. I didn't say that.
It's a good point, isn't it? And I was watching with my wife. I was watching yet another documentary about Elon, and I heard lots of stories, most of which I realised were probably untrue, having spoken to you directly. And I found it extraordinary that they didn't talk to you directly about some of those stories. And what I love about our conversations is that we can put them directly to you. You can respond. That's the proper way of doing things. How do you feel when you see these documentaries, which clearly misrepresent you? They clearly misrepresent and don't understand your family. How does that make you feel?
I don't care. I mean, if you've been through high school, a co-educational high school, particularly, I would say, you know everything about life. If you survived this 5 or 6 years at a co-educational high school in the West, let's say the Western, I imagine it's the same in other countries, I don't know. If you survive that, you go from the girls' point of view in a high school, they come to the conclusion, if they don't get their way with you, you must be gay, and so you walk around with that, and then you've got the other boys who seem to think you're not doing too well, or rather you're doing too much better than they are, and they would like to have a fight with you, which means, would you please meet us in the boxing ring? I want to beat your brains out. And so a high school is a sort of mini lifestyle, a mini community, a mini world. So if you've been through that, you know a lot of things by the time you come out, and if you in any way shine, you know all about it by the time you come out. When you get into, I'll just take this off.